The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the four core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. Good morning. Welcome to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. We begin this morning's tri-match with the Andrews College Tigers taking on your PCC Lady Eagles. Before we introduce the starting lineups, let's all stand if you're able. We'll begin this morning with a word of prayer. Father in heaven, thank you for a new morning and strength you give to each one of us. For these ladies as they compete this morning, allow them to play their best volleyball, play together as a team. Allow our coaches to coach effectively and encourage their young ladies as they coach them. For our officials, thank you for them and their judgment this morning that they'll serve us with. Allow us as fans to enjoy just a good day of volleyball. In Jesus' name, amen. Starting lineups for Andrew College. Number 1, Ava Dickens. Number 2, Serenity Duranzo Gonder. Number 4, Gianna Arazo. Number 7, Nalea Singleton. Number 13, Ellie Brannon. Number 15, Jemiah Evans. Number 17, Angelica Ortiz. Tigers are led by Coach Danielle Duff. Now the starting lineups for the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. A sophomore from Heartland, Maine. Number 2, Hope Brooks. Number 4 is from Destin, Florida, sophomore Helen Payton. From Houston, Texas, a senior, number 6, Grace Lou. Pensacola, Florida, number 13, a senior, Allie Whiting. Number 14, from Bucks County, Pennsylvania, sophomore, Lissy Metzger. A freshman, number 15, from Hampton, Georgia, Sydney Anderson. And number 16, a sophomore, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Megan Kinsey. Head coach of the Eagles, Kaylin Oman. Assistant coach, Carissa Aiken. Let's play volleyball.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pensacola, Florida for today's tri-match with Andrew College, Toccoa Falls College, and of course your PCC Lady Eagles. Lady Eagles will be starting off the day facing Andrew College and concluding the day with the match against Toccoa Falls College at 2 p.m. We are thrilled to welcome you back to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. I'm Garrett Ordway, and joining me today is Carrie Ordway. Carrie, the Lady Eagles took care of business last night, 3-0 over this same Andrew College Fighting Tigers team. What are you looking for in this matchup today?
I think today, this morning, is going to be a real mental matchup for the Lady Eagles. You know, they played Andrew College last night. They won that pretty definitively in 3 sets. And not only did they play them last night, they've already played them once this season, won that earlier game this season back in August in 3 sets. So the Lady Eagles should be very confident in their ability to win this match. So that's where I think it's just going to be a mental battle of making sure that they maintain high energy, a high level of play, especially with this early start time on a Saturday morning.
All right, and you heard the starting lineups. Hope Brooks just stepped into that back row for Sydney Anderson as the Lady Eagles will get us underway here in just a moment. Is there any fatigue possibility for the Lady Eagles? An evening match yesterday, morning match today.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, like I said last night, the Lady Eagles played hard, but they were able to win that set fairly decisive, or that match fairly decisively in 3 sets. So it wasn't their highest energy expenditure game. But even still, just being at the end of a week of classes, having a game last night, and then getting started today, but also knowing that they have a game later this afternoon coming up, I think it's going to be a certain mental consideration throughout this match.
We saw the pass there from Kinsey to Peyton, went over to Metzger, and although the ball was out, it was a net violation, giving the first point to the Lady Eagles. Boyd will enter here for Lou. Boyd, Whiting, Kinsey in the front row. Metzger with the serve, a little long, and it'll send the point back to Andrew College. Drasno-Gonder to serve. Brooks to Peyton, up for Whiting, rolls it over. Attack on the outside from Dickens. Peyton to Boyd. Defender got to it for Andrew, and it falls to a point for the Lady Eagles. Anderson enters for Kinsey.
I think one of the things that you'll see here in a match like this, where there is potential to be a little bit tired here in the morning, potentially more of those unforced errors on both sides, especially through the first set as both teams get into the rhythm, just kind of get moving, get their blood pumping.
Good serve there by Brooks. Played, though, by Andrew over the block. And the Lady Eagles will set up their offense. Boyd avoids the block and gets the kill. Cross-court attack there from Boyd. Skims the tape, played by the Fighting Tigers from the right side, and it goes out. Point for the Lady Eagles.
The Lady Eagles are certainly coming out to a strong start this set. That's something that we talked about last night, getting off to some slower starts in some of the sets, but hopefully we'll see this strong start continue.
All right, Erazo will be back to serve. Pass by Brooks. Peyton in the middle to Anderson. Strong kill there in the center. Anderson, one of the leading contributors for the Eagles this season. Will be Whiting with the serve. Played there by Andrew. Gives the free ball over. Brooks to Peyton. There in the middle again for Anderson. And that time she catches the net on her follow-through. And it's a point for Andrew. Lowry will enter for Brannon. 6-3, the Lady Eagles lead here in this first set. Metzger, Peyton, wide for Boyd. Off some hands, tight, blocked by Boyd. Great timing, recognition there by Boyd.
Yeah, we've seen Boyd be really successful with her timing in their last few matchups. Really timing her hits well, but also placing her hits well, but also to be able to read that return. Great play by her.
She scored a few blocks in the game last night, adjusting over the course of the season to college-level volleyball very effectively. Over the block, Peyton hits it up high. Lou gets it to Metzger, rolls it over. Andrew mounts a right side attack, off some hands. Lou to Peyton. Whiting tips it over, and not quite clean enough. Point for Andrew. Neely will enter for Dickens for Andrew. Anderson, Payton, and Metzger in the front row. There's Anderson, tips, still alive. Free ball comes over. Whiting to Payton. Whiting will roll into the net. And an ace there for Andrew as they narrow the Lady Eagles lead 7-5. Brooks to Payton. We see the Lady Eagles got in system that time.
Yeah. I was getting ready to mention that after a few plays like that, you really want to see your team be able to regroup on their own and then just break those string of errors that they had.
Good serve from Anderson, tight, tipped over. Whiting, and it'll be Metzger with the swing. Wide, over the block, Anderson. Good pass to Payton. It'll be Kinsey in the middle. She earns the kill.
Great play by Kinsey coming in, being able to do that on her, I think, her first hitting attempt, at least of this rotation.
Anderson with the serve. Andrew College mounts an attack. Good work there from the Lady Eagles. Metzger gets the kill.
You know, one of the best things about that particular play was the communication between Whiting and Payton, because that was one of those plays where Payton, as a setter, she could have gotten the first contact on that ball, but you actually saw her begin to react to go up to get to the ball, but then realize that she had her defender Whiting behind her and then pull off, let her defender get it so that Payton was available to do what she's supposed to do as far as setting the ball goes. So that shows a lot of maturity, especially on the part of a setter, recognizing her defender, but also a good connection between the setter and her defender.
Good play there by the Lady Eagles. Metzger ends up with the kill. All right, Helen Payton. Back to serve. It's a good one. And the Lady Eagles will mount the defense here. Tipped over. Payton gets there. Brooks gets it up to Whiting. Tipped over. Good cross court. Gets the Fighting Tigers a little out of system. Good pass there to Brooks. Big swing by Whiting. Gets the kill.
We see Whiting get that big swing from the right side that she's been looking for. Good defensive play by the Eagles to be able to set that one up.
Payton, Brooks, and Lou in the back row. Free ball coming over. Brooks to Payton. There's Metzger. Down the line. Still alive. No longer.
That was a great serve by Payton. A strong serve that forced the Fighting Tigers out of system from the very beginning.
Metzger, Kinsey, and Whiting in the front row. Another good serve. Handled, though, by Andrew. The block was there, and it forces the long hit. Lady Eagles lead 14-7. Good serve. With the attack, Metzger gets it up high. Payton gets it back to Metzger. She goes with the roll. Pushed over. Payton up for Brooks. Back set for Metzger. Just long and no touch given point for the Fighting Tigers.
We saw a great defensive play by Metzger early on in that volley. And once again, just speaking to the connection that the Lady Eagles defense has with their block, Metzger able to fully rely on her block to cover the certain portions of the court so that she was able to set up on the outside of the block.
Lou, Peyton, back set for Metzger. Off the right side now, and earns the kill. Boyd will enter for Lou. And Metzger will serve. Top spinner down the line. Good spot. And the Lady Eagles earn another point. Enough points, they lead 16-8. Forces a timeout by the Fighting Tigers. All right, Metzger to serve coming out of this timeout. What have you liked about the Lady Eagles' performance so far in this first set?
You know, they've had a few plays in a row where they've had a couple of unforced errors in a row, but they've done a pretty good job of not allowing those unforced errors to pile up too many in a row. I think that's a good thing, certainly, as you look ahead toward facing some stiffer competition.
Trasno-Gonder to serve. Boyd to Peyton. Back set for Whiting. Strong attack on that right side, and she earns the kill.
Good play. We saw both Kinsey and Whiting go up as part of that play call. Once again, just in an effort to try to give the block more than one consideration of what they are having to look at and to defend against.
Brooks with the serve. Back row attack coming from the Fighting Tigers. Metzger gets it to Peyton. Back set again for Whiting, off some hands. Played by the Fighting Tigers. Right side attack unsuccessful. And the Lady Eagles lead 18-9.
Saw them run that same play once again, and you know, that's a good thing about a match like this. When you do have a lead like that, you have time to get these game time reps in of certain plays like that.
Oh, dug up. And it'll be Anderson with the swing, off some hands. Fighting Tigers. Outside attack there and off the block. Point for the Fighting Tigers.
The block there and the block reading the position of the hit well, but once again just not penetrating over the net quite far enough to get the ball down on the other side.
Erazo to serve. Metzger to Peyton. Wide for Boyd. Tipped long. Good recognition there by Boyd. It'll lead to the free ball. Anderson. Peyton. Here's Boyd again. This time with the roll. And it did contact the floor.
One of the things about the Lady Eagles team this season is that they have a lot of strong defensive players. You know, when you think about how Brooks, how Metzger, how Lou especially are covering that back row, you know, the Lady Eagles do a great job of getting the ball up to their setter, but especially with some of their stronger defensive players, you see the quality of that pass up to the setter just be really good. You see them take a lot of that spin off the ball, and I think as a setter, Peyton certainly appreciates some of those just nice and high, but not too high, taking the spin off the balls for her to work with.
We saw Michaela Kinney enter, Miranda Knox enter for the Lady Eagles. Boyd Anderson, Kinney in the front row. Knox, Brooks, and Metzger in the back. Knox there to Anderson. Kept alive by the Fighting Tigers. Rolled. Anderson. Kinney. Oh, just went outside the antenna. Tough play there at the net. Good hustle by the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, certainly good hustle by Kinney trying to keep that ball alive. At a tough angle to get that one over and in, though.
Deep. Just splits the backline defenders. 19-13. The Lady Eagles lead in this first set. Boyd, Knox, wide for Kinney. Tipped. Oh, just wide.
A great idea by Kinney. Just a
Went
few
down
inches.
that line.
Yep.
Lowry with the serve. Deep and too deep. And Lou will re-enter for Boyd.
We saw Lou have a lot of success yesterday with putting together strings of serves, so we'll see if she can finish out this set potentially with her serves.
There's a start, 21-14. Miscommunication there on the serve receive. Short, taken by Andrew. Off the block of Anderson, played by the Fighting Tigers. Back set for a right side attack, unsuccessful. Metzger was there on the block. And Lou continues serving. Handled by Erazo. And that one falls after contact with the block. Neely will enter to serve. Anderson, Kinney, Metzger in the front row. Knox, Lou, and Brooks in the back row. Brooks directing this serve receive. She gets to Knox there for Anderson. Great timing out of the middle.
You just can't help but appreciate how confident Anderson as a freshman is coming out of that middle hitting position, especially when she gets that good timing with her set.
Avoids the block. Here's Metzger. She avoids the block as well. Played up high by the Fighting Tigers. Rolled over the block. Tight. Knox able to get it in for Metzger. Tipped over. Boyd dives. I'm sorry, Knox dives. And we play on. Tipped. Anderson. Knox. Kinney. Good swing and a net violation gives the point to the Lady Eagles.
Great swing by Kinney from that right side position. Placed that really well, pushing it deep. Those are hard balls to defend.
Knox with a great diving save earlier in that point. Oh, just missed the line on set point did Anderson. And she'll exit for Brooks. 24-16, the Lady Eagles lead in this first set. Metzger, Knox, back set for Kinsey. Another middle attack for the Lady Eagles leads to a set one victory, 25-16. We'll take a short break and join you for set two. All right, we are back here for set 2. Lady Eagles taking set 1, 25-16 over Andrew College. What stuck out to you in that first set, Carrie?
I think overall the Lady Eagles looked really confident. They looked smooth after a little bit of a slow start to the beginning, but still both teams coming off to a slow start, so handling it pretty well. I think coming into this second set, you know, if you saw them coming onto the court, they look loose, they look ready to play. Certainly some areas to work on as far as just reducing those unforced errors, hitting errors, serving errors. But that's about what you might expect from a match this early in the morning after a potentially a little bit of a later match last night as well.
All right, we are getting set up here for set 2. It'll be the Lady Eagles Peyton serving to get us started. Metzger leading the Eagles in that first set with 5 kills. And we see that a lot. A different Lady Eagles player seems to lead the team in kills about every match.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really a testament to spreading around.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a testament to the strength of the Eagles hitters, the options they have, but also a testament to Peyton, the setters, her ability to make sure that she's just giving the block all sorts of different looks to contend with.
There's a tip by Metzger, and it leads to a point for the Lady Eagles.
I also like that of those kills that we see, you know, they come in all forms and fashions from this Eagles team. You know, some of them are rolls, some of them are a little bit off speed, some of them are tips like we just saw, but then you also see those big power hits as well. Once again, testifying to the strength of the Eagles hitters this season.
Metzger gets the ace on that one. Three aces in that first set for the Lady Eagles, Metzger with one of them. That one, though, into the net. Two to two in this second set. Erazo back to serve. Brooks, Peyton up high for Metzger, trying a back row attack unsuccessfully.
It's at this point, after as a team you experience like a few plays in a row where you have mistakes that you don't necessarily want to see. This is where you really want to see a player on your team step up, take control of the game, and turn that tide, turn that momentum. And it's always interesting to see which player that will be.
And a block from Andrew keeps the serve on their side. Boyd with the swing there for the Lady Eagles. Brooks up high to Peyton. Back set for Whiting. Tipped over. Dug up by Erazo. Falling back swing inside the antenna. Over to Boyd. Off speed. Played by the Tigers. Swung, and a net contact there by Boyd gives the point to the Fighting Tigers.
Despite the net violation there at the end, we saw some stronger, more consistent play out of the Eagles in that one.
Brooks to Peyton. There's Boyd. Big swing there. The overpass lets the Lady Eagles set up their offense. Boyd tips this time, and a blocker went up for the tip.
This is a point where the serve is going to be even more significant to make sure that you can string together a few serves in a row, swing that momentum back to your side. We really need just some solid, consistent play out of the Eagles for the next several plays.
And there's a start.
Yep.
Avoiding giving up those free points.
It's interesting that, you know, on the negative side, when you do see a team give up those free points, it has the potential to really suck the energy off of the court at that point. But conversely, when you see those strong plays, it can revitalize, re-energize the team just as quickly, like we just saw with the Eagles coming off of that strong hit.
Reversal of roles there. Peyton to Whiting there on the right side. Really nice set from Brooks and another really great serve. Right side attack, oh! Off the block, and Metzger couldn't quite get her arms up to it. Lady Eagles had tied that second set before giving up that point. 6-5, Andrew leads. Lowry to serve, Metzger to Peyton. Boyd with the swing, gets the kill.
We often see Boyd working around the block, but on that one, you know, she decided to take the block head on and prove to be the stronger of those two forces, at least for that play.
And Abby Minton entering for Allie Whiting. With the serve. A little bit of a deep set. Boyd, Peyton, back to Boyd. Big swing again. Anderson kills the overpass. Good hang time there from Anderson.
Yeah, I saw her go up, and I was thinking, you know, that's a little bit early. I'm not sure if that's quite the position that she wants, but still able to get a really strong swing off of that.
Oop. And that one from Minton does not clear the net. And this second set tied 7-7. Neely to serve. Deep, Metzger. Peyton to Boyd. Another big swing. Anderson. 2 tries at the overpass, and the second one goes down hard.
You know, those are obviously great swings from Anderson coming out of the middle with those overpasses. But, you know, she was set up in that position by that first really strong swing from Boyd from the outside. Boyd forcing those overpasses. So just overall great work by the team to set up that point.
Lou with the serve. From the right side, just falls out of bounds off the block. Be a point for the Fighting Tigers. 8-8, back and forth early in this second set. Minton, Peyton, Anderson on the slide. Oh, great dig off the block there. And Anderson gets the kill. Great recognition by Brooks.
Yeah, absolutely. She was in position. She saw the potential. That's exactly where she needed to be to let that play happen. And then great, sharp cross-court hit from Anderson.
In the middle, just over the hands of Kinsey, earning Andrew the point. Anderson will exit for Brooks.
You know, for Kinsey and Anderson coming out of the middle, one thing about hitting from the middle that sometimes is easy to overlook, from the middle, they have far less ground to work with whenever they do a cross-court hit because they're only working with half the court. And on the last play, we saw Anderson take advantage from the fact that she was swinging from the right side, in that she was able to use the entire length of the court to go cross, a sharp cross on that one at least.
All right, great swing by, I believe that was Metzger there. 10-9, the Lady Eagles lead. Whiting re-entered the game, thought she was serving, realized actually she's going up into that front corner. It's Peyton back to serve. Set up, a little low. Metzger read that cross-court tip well. There's Metzger, big swing, still up, but no longer.
Really strong swing that you see evidenced by the fact that the Fighting Tigers were in position. They were right where they needed to be to get that swing, but still unable to get a good pass up from that.
All right, and we had a brief delay there, but back to the action here. Peyton to serve. Good one. Swung cross court, handled by Brooks. Metzger off the hands of the block. Andrew gets it up high. Good attack, and it earns a point for the Fighting Tigers.
That was a beautiful set by Peyton earlier in that play, from all the way from one side of the court to the other. Just good strength coming off of that set to push it across the court, but also good timing as well.
Dresno Gonder serves the Lady Eagles. In the middle for Kinsey. Strong swing, but played up by the Fighting Tigers. And that one off the hands, might have found the back line as well. 11-11. Long and too long. Point for the Lady Eagles. Boyd will enter for Lou. Metzger with a good serve. A deep attack here. Boyd, Peyton, back set for Whiting, tipped over, played up by the Fighting Tigers. Outside attack handled by Metzger. Boyd gets the swing, off the block and down. Lady Eagles finding themselves in a tight second set. Erazo to serve. Metzger, tight for Peyton, and that one goes outside the antenna. Andrew retakes the lead. Peyton to Boyd. Cross-court attack handled by the Fighting Tigers. Metzger's there. Peyton back set for Whiting. Swung down the line and scores.
It's at the point that the Lady Eagles are at right now where they've had a pretty slow start to this set. You know, the score is tighter than it has been against the Fighting Tigers. This is where, as a team, you just need to go back and make sure that you're executing the fundamentals really well. The Eagles have shown time and time again that when they are in charge of their fundamentals, when they're executing their fundamentals well, they are a much stronger team. They have the potential to be much more successful. So at this point, it's just going back to the fundamentals, cleaning up those small errors, getting good passes up to the setter so that Peyton can run just a solid, strong offense that we've expected from the Eagles so far this season.
I am not sure what the call ended up being there. Anderson put that one down. But it'll be a point for the Fighting Tigers. Not sure if there's a late rotation call or a net violation, but we play on 14-13. Now 14-14 off that kill from Boyd. Whiting will exit for Minton. Minton with the service error.
Go ladies. 9-1 on your right, 9-1. Go ladies. 6-7 on your right, 6-7.
Good play by Peyton there, taking up, going up on that attacking position, something that she is able to do when she is coming from the front row, but a little bit of a discrepancy in the calls from the various officials. So that play actually resulted in a replay, something that you don't often see at this level, but making sure they keep this game evened up.
Oh, there's Peyton with the dump.
Yeah, and that's the play that we've been wanting to see more and more from Peyton. She's been successful when she runs that play. just taking advantage of the fact that as a setter, she's coming from the front row and she has the option to do so.
All right, and that'll be a timeout there for the Fighting Tigers. 15-15 in this second set. It'll be the Lady Eagles serve when we return. All right, we are back in this second set. Lady Eagles tied in a close second set with the Andrew Fighting Tigers, 15-15. It'll be Lou to serve. Deep and too deep. And we will...
I'm seeing a little bit of confusion from the Fighting Tigers as far as who is rotating in where.
All right, Fonseca enters to serve. Lynn exits. Strong serve handled by Lou. Rurik into the game, and she scores. Evie Rurik saw some action last night. Good swing there on the outside.
Really good, strong swing for her first swing of the match. You know, that's difficult to do, to come in and swing big and swing hard on your very first attempt, but definitely a good swing from her.
Tight set in the middle off the hands of Kinsey. Anderson, Peyton, back set. Slide attack from Kinsey, she scores.
You know, that slide attack option just gives a hitter so much more room to increase the amount of torque that they have going into that hit, really whipping that ball more than they're able to do with the standard approach.
And an awkward set there from the Fighting Tigers. Gives the Lady Eagles a little easier. Oh, what a cut there by Rurik.
Rurik doing a great job there. That set was a little bit high, so Rurik having to really extend and hang there for a little bit. I don't think that was the hit that she intended to make, but it was a very successful hit and a smart hit, working with what she had.
Dipping serve there from Anderson. High off the block, Peyton. Back set for Kinsey. Andrews still playing it. Free ball comes over. Anderson, Peyton, there's Rurik. Strong swing. Still alive for the Fighting Tigers. Avoids the block and just out of the reach of Anderson.
Lady Tigers really making Anderson work there on the back row. But you really appreciate these aggressive swings coming, especially from the outside hitting position there from Rurik, doing a great job coming off the bench. Really energizing the play so far this set.
Ortiz enters, puts a good serve on it. Oh, blocked! Helen Payton! Excellent timing.
You know, when you think about it, a setter should understand this timing, the timing of hits, the timing of sets, even more than potentially your hitters. And we saw that knowledge of timing really come into play there with Peyton's good read of that hit.
Good serve there by Peyton. Up high for the Fighting Tigers and too high on that attack. Point goes to the Lady Eagles. And we will take a brief timeout. Lady Eagles leading 20-17. All right, Lady Eagles leading in this second set, 2017. Helen Payton back to serve. Rurik, Whiting, and Kinsey in the front row. Brooks, Payton, and then Lou in the back row. Still alive, no longer. Point for the Lady Eagles.
After what's really been a back and forth set for the second set, I think it'll be significant for the Lady Eagles to be able to end this set on a strong note going into the third set. And that can really start with these serves right here.
Good serve there from Payton. Up high, it'll be a deeper attack. And doesn't clear the net. Point for the Lady Eagles. In the last couple of weeks, we've watched the Lady Eagles against some community colleges, against some opponents last week in Tennessee, lose quite a few close sets. It's good to see them here in this one. A back and forth set. See if they can pull away here in this second set. Dickens enters for the Fighting Tigers. The Lady Eagles will try to mount a first offense. Short serve, handled though by Kinsey. Whiting off the outside. She'll switch sides with Rurik. Back set, over the block. Lou tight, and the ball fell down before that net call.
That was a good read by Lou on a strong hit, but just unable to quite keep it on her own side.
Lou to Payton. There's Kinsey. Blocked. Andrew reading that attack well.
Payton doing a really good job on that play of working with a pass that was heading toward the net, keeping that in play.
All right, 22-20. Lady Eagles need a few points to finish out this second set. Payton back set now for Rurik. Still alive. And off Rurik's hand after the block.
Rurik doing a good job of being aware, showing good awareness of coming down and defending that block, but unable to quite keep it within play.
Brooks, Payton, wide for Whiting. Off the block, played up by the Fighting Tigers. Tipped deep. Lou gets the pass to Payton. Back set for Whiting. Tipped cross court. Attack from the outside goes wide. Point for the Lady Eagles.
Good blocking presence by the Eagles, forcing that attack to go sharp and go wide.
Rurik exits for Metzger. Boyd entered for Lou as well. And 23-21 Metzger with a strong serve. In the middle, tipped over. Payton gets there. Kinsey gets it up high for Boyd. Tipped. The block was there though, 23-22. Lady Eagles lead late in the second set.
Great defense by Payton there on that play, and even a good set from Kinsey from the middle, something that she's not accustomed to doing.
Boyd went with the tip and just couldn't quite get it over the block. We'll send Arazo to serve. Lady Eagles look to mount the first offense. Boyd, Payton, back to Boyd, tight. What a swing!
And
Set point.
You've got to appreciate the confidence that Payton has in her hitters. You know, Boyd had made an error on the previous play, but Payton just giving the ball right back to her, giving the opportunity to erase that error in her mind at least.
Brooks' serve goes a little deep. And any margin of victory in this second set will be just 2 points. Lady Eagles with a chance to finish it off on their first offense right here. Metzger, Payton, gets it to her hitter Anderson. But this second set will head to extra points.
this is such a mental game at this point. You know, the Lady Eagles know that they have the ability to finish out this set.
Brooks, Peyton, there's Boyd. Down the line, catches the line. Constant presence on that outside. Boyd really developing this season. Minton will enter to serve. Good serve under pressure. Up high. Good attack from Anderson, but not good enough. Just misses that sideline. And the Lady Eagles take a deep breath, winning that second set, 26-24. We'll take a brief break, slightly longer break before joining you for set number 3.
Eagle fans, it's time for your in-between set game. Today we have Miley and her friends of the PCA volleyball team competing in a game of Eagle Catch. If she catches 3 of these Eagles, she wins an Eagles water bottle. Eagles fans, get on your feet and cheer them on as they compete to win a prize in this game. Contestants, you can go with your first throw. That's the first one. Can she catch the next one? That's 2. That's the third. She wins the water bottle. Can she catch them all? 4. That's the 5th. She caught them all. Congratulations to her. She won an Eagles water bottle. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the match, and let's go Eagles.
All right, we are getting ready for set number 3 here in the nest. The Lady Eagles leading 2-0 against the Andrew College Fighting Tigers, 25-16, and a closer second set, 26-24. Good perseverance by the Lady Eagles to earn that second set victory, but what would you like to see them work on here in this third set?
I think that second set was really a game of errors as far as it came down to just the number of specifically unforced errors that the two teams were making. In the first set, as both teams were getting off and running here early in the morning, we saw a number of unforced errors on both sides, but in the second set, Andrew College was really the team that was able to clean up more of those unforced errors, and I think that's why we saw them being much more competitive in that second set. So Lady Eagles coming in with a fresh start for this third set, trying to wipe away some of those unforced errors from the second set and just going back to the fundamentals, executing the fundamentals well so that they can put this game in their past and look ahead toward that afternoon game.
Good start there by Megan Kinsey with the kill. Metzger gets the serve, and the swing missed there by Evans. Point for the Lady Eagles. Metzger still leading with 8 kills. Boyd with 7. Anderson with 6. Good varied attack for the Lady Eagles. Good cut swing, but Boyd read that well. She'll get the swing of her own. Dug up, but unable to keep it in play, the Fighting Tigers. 3-0, the Lady Eagles start off this third set. Good serve by Metzger. Swung down the line. Metzger gets there. Payton puts it up high. Whiting and Brooks collide. Everybody looks okay. They'll reset. Off the block of Kinsey and just falls after taking a ride on the net.
I think the Eagles' main concern on that particular play, making sure that they don't have an injury resulting from some miscommunication, but all is well. Players looking forward to cleaning up that play a little bit.
Metzger, Payton back set for Kinsey. The double block was there that time, though.
Beautiful play. Good pass up, good set, good swing. Just not able to quite work around that block.
Yeah, this is, again, the third time these teams are playing this season. And so there might be some more familiarity now. A line violation on that serve gives the point to the Lady Eagles. Brooks will head back to serve. Dug up by the Fighting Tigers. Off the block. Point for Andrew. Boyd, Payton, back set for Anderson. Dug up by the Fighting Tigers, but a free ball coming over. Brooks, Payton, back set Whiting. She gets there and earns the kill. Good job avoiding the net there by Whiting.
Yeah. Whiting has such an aggressive approach and such a strong approach that so often you see all that momentum going toward the net. But she does a great job of redirecting that momentum and staying out of the net.
Up high, tipped over. Metzger gets it to Payton, back set for Whiting. Back row attack there, played by Anderson. By Andrews. Boyd off some hands, still alive for the moment. Free ball coming over. Metzger, Payton, tips, still alive, but no longer. Just a little awkward there in the middle.
Boyd did a great job of using that block. The block was right there in front of her, and instead of trying to go around the block or contest the block straight on, going high off the hands of the block was a good option for her there.
Brooks, Peyton, here's Boyd. Again off the hands of the block, played by Andrew. Over the block, and so Peyton will give the slide hit. And a mistake by Anderson crossing that middle line leads to a point for the Fighting Tigers. Boyd gets the kill. You saw that block being held in a little bit in the middle there by Anderson.
That threat of Anderson from the middle is such a constant threat. Really holds the block accountable for where they decide to go. They can't discount any one of those hitting options.
Lou to serve. Down the line, handled by Brooks. Peyton gets it to Metzger. Free ball comes over. Lou, Peyton, back set for Anderson on the slide. Off some hands and scores. She went deep cross on that one. And Lou will line up the serve. Tipped up, tipped deep. Lou to Peyton. Gets it to Metzger. Tipped. Scores! Great touch there by Metzger.
Great touch, and Lou doing exactly what we expect Lou to do with all of the experience that she's brought in from 4 years of playing for the Eagles, just taking control of the pace of the game, swinging that momentum back to the Eagles.
Oh, and a misplayed there on that serve receive.
You know, Lou really controlling it, not only with these serves that she's having, these good, consistent, strong serves, but also defense. We saw her defensive play there keep the ball alive for the Eagles as well.
Good dipping serve, another ace.
One of the strengths of Lou's serves is that she places that ball all over the court, you know, and so often she's pushing that close to the back, holding the opponent accountable for defending that back line, but then mixing it up and dropping it right there in the middle like she just did on the previous serve.
Error by the Fighting Tigers. Lady Eagles 11-5. Lead this third set. You know, we hadn't seen Lou go on any of these service runs in the first two. Only 6 serve attempts. Oh, and as we discuss it, she makes the error there, ending her serve. Maybe a little momentum built, though, for the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, when you have that momentum over the course of the last few plays, this is where, as being in control of the first offense, you want to come out with a strong pass and a strong swing immediately and just get that ball right back. Just like they did. Strong pass, good set, strong swing. You know, nothing fancy, nothing special about that play, just strong fundamentals that the Eagles were executing.
Whiting got that one to Peyton, who got it over to Metzger for the kill. Off the right side and too long. Point for the Lady Eagles.
That block presence really making the Fighting Tigers evaluate, you know, what they're going to do with their hits, and forcing some errors potentially.
Tips. Oh, off the block. Whiting a diving attempt. Just out of her reach. 13-7. Lady Eagles enjoying an early lead in this third set. They'll look to start their offense here. Lou gets it to Peyton. Wide for Metzger, off some hands. 14-7. Using the wide blocker there. And it'll be Helen Peyton to serve. Metzger, Kinsey, Whiting now in the front row. That serve, though, into the net. Lady Eagles will set up serve receive. Ortiz to serve. Metzger, Peyton, back set for Metzger. Off the block, she scores. That time on the right side.
It is interesting to think about, when you play a team not only 3 times in a season, but also back-to-back one evening and the next morning, you're just so familiar with the team. You get to know exactly what to expect from the players. And the Fighting Tigers, they're used to seeing Metzger swinging out of this outside hitting position. And even to have her in that right side, just giving them a little bit of a different look. But there we just saw Whiting coming out of her typical right side hitting position and just doing exactly what you want to see her doing from that right side, placing the ball perfectly. Not a really strong swing, but just a perfectly placed swing, a smart play.
Metzger. Oop, that one though off the hands of Kinsey. Fighting Tigers earning that point, 16-9, the Lady Eagles lead. Also leading 2-0. Metzger, Peyton, Kinsey high off the block. Still alive, tight, and that one earns a point for the Fighting Tigers. Metzger, Brooks, and Boyd back to receive. Boyd takes it. Peyton gives it back to Boyd. The double block is there. She avoids it. Back set. Off the right side. Earns the kill.
You see how much a play like that energizes a team. We've seen the Fighting Tigers benefit from that energy a few times in a row here. But this is where, once again, the Eagles have the opportunity to execute a first offense. They have the opportunity to gain that much energy for themselves.
Whiting with another smart attack leads to the free ball. Brooks, there's the middle. Kinsey.
Finally, being able to get that strong swing that she's been looking for from the middle there.
Brooks with the serve. 17-11, the Lady Eagles lead. Blocked.
Anderson reading that so well. That was a bit of a mistimed set from the Fighting Tigers, recognizing that was going to be a tight one and setting up to defend that play.
All right, 18-11, Lady Eagles head into this timeout. All right, 18-11, Lady Eagles leading this third set. Some strong play here from the Lady Eagles. They'll look to finish this out. That helps. 19-11.
That's what you want coming out of a timeout, for the Eagles at least.
Deep. Too deep, though. Whiting, Anderson, and I believe joined by Boyd in the front row. Peyton, Metzger then, and Brooks would be in the back. Metzger, good pass to Peyton. Oh, and maybe some miscommunication there over the head of Anderson, but drops in front of Boyd.
You know, we've seen Anderson have some pretty good hang time, but not quite able to hang long enough to manage that one.
You know, maybe even some miscommunication on which play they were running. Back set for Whiting, great swing, handled by the Fighting Tigers. Cross court, Whiting is there. This time it's Boyd. Oh, okay, the up official, I believe, caught that tip, and it does give a point to the Lady Eagles. Service here by Whiting. Boyd, Peyton, back set for Anderson, tips, handled by the Fighting Tigers. Back row attack, Whiting is there. Peyton gives it to Boyd. Avoids the block. The overpass gets the Lady Eagles an offense, another overpass. This time for Boyd. Down the line, that'll be killed.
Eagles showing some good discipline and just continuing on. The Fighting Tigers doing a great job of defending some pretty strong swings from the Eagles. But the Eagles just making sure to keep at it, stay in control.
All right, and we've got Allie Whiting with the serve there, 21-13. Blocked. Still up, though. And no more, point for the Lady Eagles. Good serve. Fighting Tigers will set up their attack. Blocked. Helen gets there. Anderson goes on two.
Smart play by Anderson to go ahead and take that one, put it over.
Oh. Just missed that sideline. Did Whiting on the serve. Lady Eagles leading, though, 23-14. Whiting will exit for Knox. Peyton will exit for Anna Stevens. Boyd, Anderson, Stevens in the front row. Knox, Brooks, and Metzger in the back. Ooh.
Immediately
serve.
placing that. Yeah, tough serve for Stevens to handle.
Handcuffed her a little bit there. 23-15. Peyton, Knox, gets it to Stevens. Good swing.
I don't think quite the contact that Stevens was looking for, but just off speed enough to give the Fighting Tigers a different look.
Metzger, Stevens, and Anderson now in the front row. Liu enters to serve, joined by Knox and Brooks in the back row. 24-15, we've reached match point. Up high, ball comes over. Brooks gets it up, Knox gets there. Liu will go with the swing out of the back. The block is there! Stevens and Anderson both in the vicinity. And that will be our 25-15 score
We would like
for
to
set
thank the
number
Andrews
3.
Institute for providing team
Good
physicians
match this
Dr.
morning
Adam
by the
Adams
Lady
and
Eagles,
Dr. Travis
25-16,
Robb, and certified athletic
26-24,
trainer Stephen
25-15
Halsey.
victory
medical
for the Lady
coverage of
Eagles.
Pensacola
A closing
Christian
thought, Carrie.
College.
Yeah, a lot to be encouraged by. Once again, I think today is going to be a mental battle for the Lady Eagles, looking ahead toward that afternoon match as well.
All right, we hope you'll stay with us here and continue to track today's matches at 2 p.m. The Lady Eagles will be facing off against South Region opponent Toccoa Falls College for the second time this season. You won't want to miss that match between these two teams. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you soon.